Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, student leaders of school year 2020-2021, and welcome to Meet the Fam. This is brought to you by the Office of Student Activities. Magandang hapon. We hope you are doing well. We hope you are staying safe and staying with your families at home. Para naman sa mga wala sa kanilang mga tahanan, mga nagsistay sa dorm, kung meron man, we also hope that you're doing well, you're doing fine, nakakakain, nakakapag-exercise, and so on. And for this afternoon, for about an hour or so, we will be introducing what you need to know and what you can expect from OSA and from the other student groups that you may be wondering, no, kung ano-ano nga ba ang mga maasahan ninyo or ano-ano nga ba ang mga kailangan ninyong malaman mula sa kanila. So for our agenda this afternoon, we will be hearing student activities in the time of COVID-19. So, papakinggan natin si Mr. Aaron Silyongtay, OSA coordinator for the Student Organizations Assessment and Review, to talk about what you can expect from student activities, from student org life in the time of COVID-19, in the time wherein we are in our own homes, hindi pa pwedeng mag-mass gathering, hindi pa pwedeng pumunta sa Loyola Heights campus, or even to gather outside your homes and the campus to do your org activities. And then after that talk by Sir Aaron, we'll be opening the floor to questions from you guys with the panelists. Of course, nandito rin ang buong OSA Fam. Nandito po kaming lahat. Bukod po sa akin, o nga po pala, ako po si Neil Reyes, one of the coordinators from the Office of Student Activities. Ayan, nakita niyo po, nandyan din po, ay dito pala. Dito po si Sir Rem Casino, of course. Si Sir Rem.
Hi everyone.
Ayan. To my right, to your left, is Sir Gino Flores. Hi, Sir Gino.
Hi everyone.
Ayan, and Sir Aaron Silyongtay is over here, and dyan din siya. Ayan, and you will hear from him a little later on. Ma'am Joy Adolfo is also present.
Hello.
So, ayan. Miss Julie Manalang. Ate siya, ayan.
Hello.
Ayan. And meron pa ba? Sino pa? Mamaya, makikita nyo pa ang ilan pang mga miyembro ng OSA Fam to answer all your questions. Alam namin na marami kayong mga tanong. Sir Mark Lugtu. Ayan, nandito rin siya. Oh, yan. Ayaw niya mag-guest sa LeadX, pero nandyan siya. Okay. Of course, ayan, sabi ko nga mamaya kung meron pa kayong mga tanong to OSA, nandito kaming lahat para sagutin ang mga tanong ninyo. Of course, we are also joined by the Sanggunian, represented by our current Sanggunian President, Mr. JB Bejarin.
Hello po. Everyone.
Yan, diba? Ganda ng painting JB sa likod. Ayan. Okay. Para sagutin din po ang mga tanong ninyo, mga tanong ninyo directed to Sanggu at kung anong maaasahan ninyo from the Sanggunian this intersession and perhaps in the first semester. And of course, we are also joined by the Council of Organizations of the ADMU Manila, or COA-M, by their Vice President for Special Projects, BPSP, Mr. Enzo Pisig. Hi, Enzo.
Hi. Hello.
Ayan. And sa kanya ninyo malalaman or sa kanya ninyo maitatanong yung mga tanong ninyo about recruitment. Marami na nagtatanong sa atin about Recruitment Week, Recruit 2020. Maaari ninyong itanong kay Enzo mamaya yan. And a little later on, we'll also be joined by the incoming COA-M President, Ms. Aquino. We're just waiting for her to enter our live stream. And of course, you'll be closing everything and summarizing everything at the end. All right. Now, I will now turn over to the sabi nga ni Father Johnny Gono, the virtual floor to Mr. Aaron Siliutay for his explanation of student activities in the time of COVID-19. And while Sir Aaron is speaking, you may already type down your comments, your questions on the comment section below. At mamaya we will get to your questions and comments and we will try to address them. So, Sir Aaron, the floor is yours.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for taking this time to join us here at Meet the Fam. So this was actually one of the requests from you guys, from the student leaders, and we hope that through this Meet the Fam, we'll be able to answer some of your questions. We'll do our best to be able to address a lot of your concerns, which you brought up personally to us, and also through the pre-registration form that we were able to distribute to you guys a week before. So right now, Sir Tats was supposed to be the one presenting to you today, but he's extending his apologies because he is not able to attend this meeting due to certain matters. But the entire fam is here, the entire Office of Student Activities is here. So later on, feel free to let us know not only questions, but if you have any thoughts, ideas, and any sentiments that you'd like to share to the entire student activities community. By the way, this session is open to all the student leaders. So if you have questions, then or any feelings or thoughts, feel free to comment them down below as you listen to our discussions and later on to the messages of the other members of the community. All right, so let's start. We'll just wait. Okay, so there, student activities in the time of COVID-19. So a while ago, we posted the agenda. So next slide. There. So I think the main thesis statement of this presentation is that student activities will continue. So student leadership formation must continue. Us and we as an office, we vow to help student leaders, you guys, navigate towards this very fluid, as we call it now, new normal. So while traditional campus events, assemblies, off-campus area visits, and on-site meetings may no longer happen for now, other aspects of student org life will continue. And as we go on through this presentation, I'll show you some of the current plans that we have and those that we're currently brainstorming about. Then we'll do our best to fulfill them. And also, we'd love to get your feedback about our proposed ideas and our proposed plans. Next. Okay, so I'll present to you our assumptions. So these are possible scenarios and anticipated realities given the realities both inside and outside Ateneo. Next. All right, so first is about adaptive design for learning, or ADL. Adaptive design for learning is the framework that Ateneo de Manila University is using right now to as its delivery of education, its online delivery of education, and this will go on perhaps throughout the duration of the entire intersession and the first semester. So right now, actually, a lot of faculty members, your professors, even us, the formators, the professionals, and the staff are going on a lot of trainings, a lot of retooling, seminars, and workshops for us to be able to design learning experiences for you guys and for us to be well trained for it. Second is about the campus shutdown. So we anticipate that the LS campus will still be on shutdown even when the IATF has erased the quarantine regulations, at least until the end of the first semester. This means that because we have for sure intersession and first semester classes will go online, even if, let's say, the IATF recommends a lifting of quarantine mid-semester. So to be safe, and as released by the Office of the Registrar, we already have our school calendar ready with the dates of all important dates for student life. Next slide. And as we mentioned a while ago, one of the biggest protocols that we have to follow is the no mass gatherings rule. So social distancing will be the new normal, as we all know. And as per the latest regulation from CHED, this is taken from the CHED COVID Advisory number 7, released last May 24, 2020. Mass gatherings are prohibited, and higher education institutions, or HEIs, are prevented from conducting in-person school activities. Therefore, to answer a lot of your questions, on-site and in-person school activities, any type of school activity, whether it be academic or co-curricular, there will be no mass gatherings allowed. Next, this one, you may have heard it from the Ask VPLS forum that was held before, that student activities fee will be reduced. What does this mean? The VPLS has announced during the Ask VPLS forum that Ateneo will not increase tuition and some fees will not be collected. And this includes the student activities fee, which will not be collected in the intersession, and it will be reduced during the first semester. Actually, in fact, even in regular scheduling, we really don't collect SAF during intersession. But for the first semester, the student activities fee will be reduced. Next slide. There, and student activities in the time of COVID. So right now, I'll be laying out to you some of our plans to adapt the new adapted design for learning and to mitigate the negative impact of COVID-19 on student activities and student orgs and leadership development in LS. So these plans are based on several assumptions and anticipated realities as the university pivots to a virtual campus. Next slide. So what will continue? First, org workshops, tutorials, trainings, and seminars, fundraisers, advocacy campaigns, member formation projects, publications, relief assistance efforts will continue online. And I'm sure that you all are familiar with the various efforts right now, even with your co-student leaders. I'm sure you guys are very active now in social media and in your online efforts. So do continue them. You are allowed to proceed with those. Second, content curation for the arts have started, led by our performing organizations, and they have also started to upload past performances and schedule of future online performances. So for our performing organizations, they're already starting to transform to be able to reimagine their efforts, their performances, and proceeding with online trainings, online workshops, and online performances. So these will still continue. Home organizations specifically will continue to work with their home departments and conduct prep courses, events online. And there will also be career expo seminars and events with course alumni. And we actually encourage home organizations or any organization that is directly connected to a specific office or department to be able to continuously collaborate with them to see how your organization can still conduct your activities. And for sure, your home departments will be more than willing to help you guys continue them. Next slide. Student representation is required by law, so the student government units must still function. The Sanggunian activity will continue online through their newly launched Sanggunian portal. Maybe JB later can share more about this. Student publications as well will continue on their respective online platforms. The guide on actually, if you've noticed, they've already released several of their online issues, even their 90th anniversary folio. And the guide on now is a broadcast service that they might have to utilize more. This one is, I'm sure everyone is concerned with this. COA will plan for an online student recruitment for organization membership. Later on, we have Enzo and Aki with us. They will be able to share with you their initial plans, their initial ideas for how to conduct our online recruitment week or online recruitment processes. Next slide. So what's new? So we discussed what will continue. What's new? When OSA actually had its planning, our main goal really is our thrust for the year is to be able to transform mindsets, spaces, programs, and protocols to adapt to the new challenges, specifically to the challenge that we are facing right now. And what is clear at this point is that despite the challenges posed by COVID-19 or the coronavirus, student activities will remain to be vibrant and thriving. And we, the Office of Student Activities, your OSA Fam, will be there to guide you guys along the way. So, again, paulit-ulit naman naming sinasabi na nandito lang kami. We are here to be able to process with you guys, to be able to brainstorm with you guys on how we can best maintain and even grow our organizations and the student activities community. Next slide. There, so first is the LS OSA online portal. Right now, we are building our OSA online portal, and the online portal is will include the following processes, such as the submission of project proposals, signing up for consultations, coaching, submission of management documents, assistance in resource management and allocation, and tracking submitted documents. So this online portal will allow students to connect directly and in real time to student affairs professionals or your formators for consultation, guidance, and coaching. So this online platform actually is being built right now. So you can still submit your documents right now via email as what we've been doing right now. But very soon we will launch the LS OSA online portal. And this will be like your virtual OSA wherein you can do all of these things. Next is the coordinator-driven student formation. As you all know, we have been working with coordinatorships within the office. So as the university moves to an online platform, OSA plans to make the coordinatorships the center for online delivery of student formation programs. Each of these coordinatorships is run by student affairs professionals. So each designing programs and interventions related to their area of focus. If you notice that, I think last night, yesterday, we were able to post the Meet the OSA Fam deck, which wherein you can see what our coordinatorships are. So for example, I'm the coordinator for SOAR and for Leadership Empowerment and Development. And later on, as we build our online portal, we have coordinatorship-driven efforts and programs that will be available for you. And you will be able to check them out once it's up. Next slide. Next, again, as I mentioned, the online consultation and coaching. So part of the OSA online portal is the OSA Connect, where students can connect with formators in real time. So each of your 7 formators can currently handle, right now, about around 5 to 7 1-hour long online consultations daily. Nevertheless, we are limiting appointments to 5 students per day in the online world to avoid burnout on the part of the professional or the formator and to allow the formator to rest between appointments and attend to other services. So again, just like in a physical setup, you are free to consult with us, but now we will course it through the online portal to be able to schedule your appointments. Next, we have revised financial procedures. So we were able to release a memo. So for all your finance concerns, we have revised our financial procedures in coordination, of course, with the Central Accounting Office. So all transactions will now be processed online. So if you have any concerns or questions, clarifications about financial procedures, our Officer for Budget and Finance, Ma'am Julie, will always is here. Will be able to answer your questions later, and will always be there available via our online portal or through her email. Next slide. In the online portal, we have a curated menu of programs and activities for outside the classroom learning and enrichment. So this is to provide students with access to learning and enrichment resources through the portal. And this will include virtual tours, online resources, short learning programs, and which aims to go on a virtual formation process through a series of suggested courses, events, and activities. So we are preparing a curated menu of programs and workshops that we recognize to be useful and significant for us to be able to cope with the challenges of the times. And lastly, our modular leadership development and skills training program. So as you all know, our programs such as Ignacianidad, Hinirang, A Summit, the Coming Home Retreats, Journeys and Crossroads Retreats for student leaders, orientations on laws, pertinent information for publications, our breakfast moderators, orientation and fellowship for parents and student leaders, symposium for student activities advisors, will be redesigned for an online delivery. So, abangan nyo yan. Maraming in store na online programs very soon for you guys, specifically to you, the student leaders. And we will be announcing them soon. Next slide. So what will take a pause? So we discussed what will continue, what will be new, and now these are things that we will be putting to rest for a while as we pivot to an online mode. First, as we have already announced before, SOAR. So we have decided to pause SOAR for the entire SOAR process for this school year. So all organizations whose accreditation was supposed to end this school year 1920 will be given another year as extension. And all qualified orgs applying for accreditation will be accommodated at the beginning of school year 2021-2022. So treat this COVID school year as a pause for anything accreditation related. So it's like a gap year. You get a +1 to whatever number of accreditation years you currently have. Next is the MVP Tambays and Hangouts. So as we all take a moment to find our way online, and MVP will also take a breather. And Hangouts and MVP will be temporarily prohibited, and MVP will not be made accessible to students and student activities. We've received some inquiries about getting items in MVP. We are in coordination with the other offices, the administration on how we can go about this. So nothing to promise, but we will be coordinating and announcing anything about this as soon as we learn about the proper procedures for this. Next is we've also received questions about activity R. So our usual activity Rs, which are Mondays and Fridays, 5 to 6:30, will take a pause also since we're not on campus. And in its place, technically we have unlimited online activity hours. So feel free to be able to do your projects or any of your efforts, your meetings, whichever you will find convenient and comfortable within your organizations. Next slide. What can we look forward to? So these are some ideas in the making. First is a Solidarity R online. So we will be instituting a Solidarity R online where everyone together expenses are doing student activities. It's pretty much like Activity R, but better. So it's not meant to restrict your activities, but it's actually an R where we come in solidarity as one student activities community and be able to just show to the to social media, show to the online campus, the online world, that student activities is well alive, and we encourage you to be able to use this R to be able to create meaningful efforts for your organizations. Next is, of course, speedier processing, because all processes will be online. So you can expect faster processing of requests and submitted documents. And we won't promise, since processing involves multi-offices. So it's not just OSA who's involved most of the time with your project. So, but at least as far as OSA is concerned, we shall go faster. So I think things will be also faster once the online portal will be set up. Next is same availability, even better. So just because there is no physical office you can walk into doesn't mean it will be difficult for you to find your OSA formators. So as we said a while ago, just go to the OSA portal and to the OSA SOCMED platforms, and you will be attended to right away within designated working hours, of course. So I know it's tempting to message your formator late at night, and for some of us it's okay. But then for once we go through the transition period, we will be setting up designated working hours, online working hours. So we will take that into consideration when you schedule your appointments and your inquiries and concerns with your formators. Next slide. There, actually, that's it. We hope that this presentation was able to inform you with some of the important adjustments that we have to make in the time of COVID right now, that we're all transitioning towards an online platform. And siguro just to sum up, no, just some general responses to a lot of your questions in the pre-survey. So we identified some major areas of concern. One, a lot of you asked about guidelines. So what are guidelines for projects, etc. Siguro two major things. First, we have to keep ourselves updated with government guidelines. So as we said, a lot the school guidelines will all depend with government guidelines. So we will make available to you, or you can actually read the CHED memo, the CHED advisory number 7, and it actually states a lot of guidelines for HEIs, for higher education institutions. Second, in terms of your projects, as soon as the OSA online portal is up, it will detail all the guidelines, but you don't have to expect it to be very different. So just treat it as a normal project. Any effort wherein the organization is involved, that wherein you're representing your organization, will have to go through the normal project proposal process, the approval process as per before, but only through the online portal. Second, we got a lot of questions about the second semester of school year 2020-2021, and to be honest, we can't really be able to answer that right now, as there are a lot of changes happening. So we will be taking steps as we go through the school year. So we can't say what rules will be set up for the second semester yet, but then for sure we will always be in constant coordination and in constant communication with the student activities community, and announcing memos and announcing new rules that you will be able that we need to follow for the upcoming semesters. So there, right now, that's actually it. Should you have any questions, feel free again to comment, and I will turn the floor back, the virtual floor back to Sir Neil, our host, to facilitate our open forum.
All right, thank you very much, Sir Aaron, for that pretty comprehensive presentation about what our student leaders can expect from us, from OSA, and from the student activities world during the time of COVID-19, during the time when we cannot physically go to school and do our usual organization activities and routines. And I'm sure may mga nasagot na sa mga questions niyo, but I'm also sure that there are still questions that you would like to ask OSA, and that you would like to ask our friends from the Sanggunian and from COA Manila. So right now we will be opening the floor to questions from our audience, from you, student leaders. If you have questions for OSA, also for the Sanggunian and for COA Manila. So let me invite JB, Mr. JB Bejarin. and Mr. Enzo Pisig, and Miss Aki Aquino. Ayan, dyan si Aki. Hi, Aki.
Hi, sir.
Ayan. Again, baka gusto niyo munang may konting sabihin to just to address our student leaders, our audience for this afternoon. Maybe you can start with from the Sanggunian, JB.
Thank you, Sir Neil, and hi to everyone watching, our fellow student leaders watching through this live stream. I think we live in very unorthodox times right now. Besides being online and physically distant from each other, the socio-political situation in our country is very weird and is very alarming. So I hope we can take this time to discuss our queries and our qualms regarding the future that we face. More than having anxieties and having fears in whatever we face, I think it's a good time for collaboration between different student organizations, as we've been trying to do these past few weeks. Malayo yung mararating natin kung magsama-sama tayo throughout these next few months. And I think that student organizations and the student org life in Ateneo can remain alive even within this virtual space if we look towards each other for support and we go beyond the existing spaces we've been used to in promoting our advocacies and looking at each other to uplift each other's advocacies. Kasi at the end of the day, yung ikabubuti ng advocacy ng isa, ikabubuti ng advocacy ng lahat. So, yun lang naman. Thank you to everyone watching today.
Thank you very much, JB, for that address to our student leader friends. From COA naman, maybe we can hear from Ms. Aki Aquino. Aki.
Ayan. So, ayun, hello no, sa lahat ng mga student leaders, everyone who's watching through the live stream. I'm sure everyone has questions. You know, we're going through a really uncertain, very extraordinary times now. But I guess on our end naman as COA, we're here naman to help everyone answer your questions. I know there are a lot of questions about Rec Week. Hopefully, we'll get to that also later. But more importantly, no, this year especially, we're really prizing community and collaboration, as JB said, because you know we're going through all of these weird times. It's everything is unexpected, and it's a good time to look back at our essences and org, our advocacy, so that we can collectively resolve all of these concerns together. And definitely, this will be the last of our discussions as a community of student leaders. Even in COA, we're here to provide those platforms. So, ayun, baka Enzo has also things to say in terms of our initiatives.
Thank you, Aki. Yan, nabanggit mo na rin si Enzo. Maybe Enzo can also speak a little bit more about Rec Week.
Yeah, sure, sir. So for Rec Week actually this year, as we all know, parang it will be really impossible to really have the past edition of parang Red Brick Road, or we're all there physically, enjoying the atmosphere. Pero the challenge that we're really gonna have this year is how to really translate, yung vibe, yung energy that we have in Red Brick Road, and really put it in an online platform. And as Aki and JB then said, we're really gonna value collaboration in terms of how to go about Rec Week this year. Starting now, siguro we'll be starting to talk to you guys more. We'll be starting to get your inputs, and we're super ready to hear your suggestions and whatever ideas you also have para yung Rec Week natin, ma-transition natin siya na maayos to an online platform. So yeah, yun muna for now.
All right, thank you, Enzo. And yun nga, mamaya-maya, maaaring nyo lang sagutin ng mga tanong ninyo. Although we already have a few questions from our student leader friends. One question would be about the online portal. When will it be available? Mo, it will be available during the intersession. So that is the very positive estimator that we have, that we will be releasing the online portal during intersession. Another question is, walang okay. We'll also consider purchasing a premium Zoom account for all organizations? For this question, we perhaps Sir Aaron Silongtan can answer.
Yes. I actually just got off the phone a while ago. I had a consultation with COA, with Aki as well, and we were able to discuss specifically this concern, no? Kasi kahit kami as an office, nahirapan din kami without a premium account. So what we'll do is OSA, in collaboration with COA, we will be releasing a survey to all the orgs. It's an online platform survey assessing your needs in terms of the online platforms that you're using. So hopefully kapag na-release na yun, masagot agad, because we will be collating all the data, which we will then use to submit to the administration for consideration of purchasing the Zoom accounts. Because hindi lang, it's not solely OSA's decision. Kasi kung kami lang, sure, di ba? Parang let's go for premium accounts. And we have received a lot of concerns from the organizations about it. But rest assured, we will do our best to be able to gather all relevant concerns about purchasing premium accounts, which we will then, of course, relay to the higher administration.
All right. So, abangan nyo lang muna yung survey that we will be releasing very soon. All right. Next, may next question pa tayo. Okay. In terms of membership, how would we encourage more students to join student organizations? So, alam namin na yun nga, siguro in relation na rin to Rec Week, di ba? Maybe COA can chime in to answer this question. Encouraging more students to join organizations.
Yan. Yes, sir, no, tama po. We're actually going to be taking a lot of steps and a lot of strides to make this happen, because as we know, since we're moving online, it's really hard to see our projects physically. It's hard to see our advocacies come to life physically, no? And that's really how the students are able to know more about the orgs. It's really that physical space that they have. But then now that we're going online, we're going to have to make a bit more effort in doing that. So one is yung freshies, no, they're a big target for us, because now that we're online, their introduction now is going to be online. But we would have to make a bit more, effort in getting to them and spreading the word towards our freshie population. So with that, we're really going to be having more talks with ORSEM so that we can reach them better. In terms of the general org population, however, for me, and also on behalf of COA, we also call on the orgs that we collaborate a bit better, that we collaborate and collectively, spread the word so that our org members, the student body, can know more about the orgs, can see the vibrancy of our orgs. Because as I said earlier, now that maybe doing projects would have to be a bit more difficult, it's really time now to look back at our advocacies and really use that to, let the student body know that us orgs, we're standing for something where we want to let our advocacies be known for our efforts, online man or hindi. So, ayun. I think Enzo might also have some notes regarding Rec Week for this.
Yeah, I think you can hear from Enzo.
Yes. So for Rec Week naman, in a more specific sense siguro, parang agreed pa rin with Aki's points na with everything that's happening, parang the orgs really stand with its advocacies talaga. So parang for Rec Week this year, what we have planned really is to kind of emphasize orgs talaga as spaces for students to learn, to grow, to be part of a community, to discover their own passions, and really eventually to take a stand, diba? Nakita nila yung passions nila sa advocacies ng orgs. And in all of our Rec Week promotions, in all of our gimmicks and initiatives, parang yun yung message na gusto sana namin i-push na, orgs are still relevant now, orgs are spaces for students who want to take a stand and to learn more really about, their advocacies. Yeah.
All right, no, talagang focusing on the advocacies, I agree, can invite, it can be more inviting for new members to join organizations and highlighting what organizations really are. Thank you, Tokoa, for your answers. Another question, siguro. Are there limitations to the projects that we could do online? Perhaps initial answer would be as long as your projects do not not violate any guideline from your government or from the university, then there really is no strictly speaking limitations to the project. So what you can do if you have hesitations, apprehensions about your projects or about the plans is to consult, sabi Sir Aaron, consult your coordinator. We are here to answer questions. No? Kung yung specifics ng project niyo, kung tingin niyo or para kung meron kayong doubts kung pwede ba or hindi, the very best thing to do is to consult your coordinators. All right. Another question. Siguro. Okay, clarification. 1 year extension for accreditation course. We're supposed to go through re-accreditation. Will these organizations undergo re-accreditation? Maybe Sir Aaron can answer this question.
Hello. All right. So, thank you for this question. Alam ko baka medyo magulo for some orgs. But you are right. The re-accreditation for those organizations that whose accreditation was supposed to end 2019-2020 will be held by the end of school year 2020-2021. So to those organizations who received 1 year accreditation during Hinirang before and were supposed to submit their conditional status reports by March 2020, just a few months ago, you'll resubmit them during the end of this current school year that we're at. So by the end of 2020, 2021. And the entire full process will continue with the applications, etc., the following school year. But specifically for those who are renewing their accreditation from 1 year onwards, then you will have to do it at the end of school year 2020-2021. But again, this will of course take into consideration the context of the organization. So some organizations you will need to meet personally in order to discuss matters regarding their accreditation. But in general, that will be the guidelines that we will follow.
All right. Thank you for the clarifications, Sir Aaron. So, yun nga, maghintay lang din na for other clarifications din about SOAR. Sige, next question siguro tayo. New guidelines for partnerships and memorandum of agreements. Siguro in terms of the partners that you can, or the companies, the groups, the entities that you can partner with, wala namang guidelines. But siguro when it comes to submission, the general guideline for now, before the OSA online portal is released, the general guideline is to send your documents to Ms. Mitch Ubilla. Ganun pa rin, no? Kung naalala niyo, parang tagal na. When you submit a document, it's Ms. Mitch who receives your document. So kahit ngayon na online tayo, you will send your documents to Ms. Michelle Ubilla. That's at msmedina@ateneo.edu. So yun. All right. Next, in relation with the Zoom premium account, is also looking into exploring StreamYard as well for streaming purposes. For your information, this is we are actually using StreamYard right now with this live stream. So StreamYard itong gamit natin. How will the student organizations acquire these premium benefits, assuming it is approved by other offices? Perhaps someone from OSA also can address the question. Sir Aaron.
I think, we can't say for now yung actual procedures nung pag-distribute nung premium accounts. But for sure, I think this will have to go through the other offices such as yung sa MIS and everything to be able to allocate the premium accounts for all the student orgs. But siguro right now, you don't have to worry about that for now. What we will be putting our effort more now is in coming up with the proposal first. Then we will update you on should it be approved by the administration on whatever, kung StreamYard man yan or Zoom or both. We will coordinate it with you as soon as possible. Si Sir Ino din, meron din siyang sasabihin.
Okay, ako naman, hopefully I'm clear. OBF accounts ninyo, yung OBF accounts ninyo, make sure you have access to your org OBF accounts because you can use that for Google Meet. So if Google Meet is something that you usually use, you can use your OBF and your personal OBF and your org OBF account using that. Kung familiar din kayo with Microsoft Teams is yung account nyo, yung OBF account nyo, org OBF account nyo works with Microsoft Teams for free as well. So in the meantime, while we're doing the survey with COA, you can use that those two platforms muna, right, using your OBF, your org OBF account. So if you don't have if you don't know the password or kung hindi kayo maka-access to it, just let me know so that we can reset the password for you.
Yeah, thank you, Sir Ino. And yun nga, a reminder, no, that your org, your OBF accounts, your OBF email accounts, have with it several links, no, yung mga yun nga, yung paggamit ng Microsoft Teams, yun. It's connected, no, to Microsoft Teams. So maganda na kung magagamit niyo more often yung OBF email accounts ninyo. All right. Next question would be, will there be significant changes as far as OSA is concerned on the budget allocation for student organizations, given the reduction of the student activities fee? As mentioned by Sir Aaron, na yun nga, mababawasan yung student activities fee by the first semester. Perhaps sino bang parang more equipped to answer this? Maybe we can have Ms. Julie Manala.
Hello, good afternoon. Yes, definitely for the intersession period, there will be, because there's no fee collected from student activities, there will be no subsidies application. So everyone, please note that June, July, we will not accept subsidy application. And then for the first semester, your budget will depend on your project proposals that will be submitted to OSA. And then for COA, you can use your DCB accounts. So whatever yung plans nyo for the SEM, kayo pa rin naman mag-budget nun because it's your funds. In terms of budget allocation, we will discuss it pa with the administration if we will retain the normal budget allocation that we gave to COA. For Sanggu and other student groups, because kokonti yung collections for staff, baka magkaroon din ng pagbabago sa pagbibigay ng budget.
Okay na. So yun, no, hihintayin pa natin ang siguro yung discussions with the administration kung we can be able to give the usual budget allocation that we give to the student organizations, no.
Of course, mas mababa ngayon kasi mawawala ng off-campus events. So, yes. Basically, yung magiging operations nila is online. So, ang nakikita nating mga expenses ay mostly honorarium, kung sino man yung mga speakers online na mai-invite. Ano pa ba yung mga other expenses like yung kapag magbabayad kayo ng related sa online publications. So, talagang kukonti yung expenses this season. Pero there's no ano naman sa COA kasi the funds of COA orgs are their own budget. Konti lang naman yung binibigay ng opisina. Ang medyo maaapektuhan ng budget na nanggagaling sa SAF ay ang Sanggunian at ang COA Central Board at ang other Sanggunian units.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Julie, for answering the question. No? Marami rin talaga nagtatanong about finances ngayong naka-online tayo. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Julie. Ito siguro from Enzo can answer this. When can orgs expect guidelines to be released? Nabanggit ka kanina. Lalabas ang COA ng guidelines.
I think since si Enzo po yung head ng project na to, he can answer this better. But then I guess besides what he will say, we'll be updating naman yung core, and kung may partnership po kami with Lions, we'll be working naman and we'll be in open communication with everyone. So Enzo, if you have more technical notes for that.
Yeah. Yun. So siguro when it comes to RECWE guidelines, just to give you guys a little update, right now we've just completed recruiting our core team. So we're headed into the initial planning phase na. Siguro over the next few weeks, siguro magpaparamdam na kami sa inyo. We're going to be asking you guys some informal questions. We'll be trying to get your baseline expectations with how RECWE is going to go. And if to give you siguro a ballpark date, we'll be releasing guidelines or we'll be talking formally to the orgs siguro by the first week of July. So doon na namin ma-represent yung aming proposal for RECWE. And from there, siguro we'll be getting your input, we'll be getting your insights as well. And from there, we'll be building towards, our RECWE na rin. So it's really more of, we'll be parang thinking about muna, what we envision for RECWE. And then, of course, we'll be considering any comments or insights na we get from you guys in the orgs. So, yes.
Yeah. Siguro ano naman, di ba? We have a little bit more time din naman to plan RECWE kasi kailangan din talaga when di ba kung paplanuin natin ang RECWE in such a novel platform as online, kailangan din talaga ng maayos or mabusising pagpaplano. Kaya yan, hihintayin na lang natin from COA. Another question daw siguro regarding RECWE, then will we still be collecting fees for RECWE?
Ayan, Enzo.
Okay. Siguro when it comes to fees, I think this is also something that will be under consultation with you guys as the orgs. Siguro we'll also be thinking about possible modes of payment, no? And if you guys also, yung nasabi din kanina ni Sir Ira na they'll also be asking for polls regarding yung mga online platforms. And kami rin sa COA will also be asking you guys about your financial needs. Those things are going to be in consideration when it comes to deciding about are we going to be collecting fees for RECWE, no? So it's really going to be more on research and data gathering muna on our side in COA. We'll be asking you guys about how certain configurations will be like and ask your opinion about them. And then from there, siguro we'll be coming to a proposal to you guys regarding how we're going to be collecting fees for RECWE, including possible modes of payment. Right? So I guess for now, it's difficult muna to give a definite answer, but it's something that we'll be consulting heavily with the organizations.
All right, Aki, anything to add?
On our end din as COA, so there are some presidents I already reached out to, where we'll be releasing more formal surveys in the future. So I guess we really ask for the coordination and the collaboration of all our orgs to be very active in answering our surveys and giving us all of their concerns. So just know that Enzo and I or anyone from the RECWE team, we're always open for you guys to message us and tell us your concerns, kung may problems kayo with our RECWE schemes, or if you guys have suggestions, all the more, because especially for the topic of the fees for recruitment week, that's we've received some mixed reviews on that. So continuous communication lang on our end, and we hope you guys can help us on that as well.
All right, thank you, Aki. Okay, next is since it will be inherently more difficult to reach out every student, unlike in regular orgs, only be allowed to recruit members during the rec week period, or will we be allowed to recruit through the entire semester? Is this also something that FOA can answer?
I answer. Hi.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I guess for now, but I'm sure Enzo will say more about this. Ayun no, we just started forming our core team. Will be getting in touch with more on the rec week guidelines by July. So for now, we'll take this question into consideration and we'll continue to communicate with the orgs regarding concerns like this as we continue to plan. So if we get more concerns similar to this one, we'll really take it into consideration on our timeline for the actual recruitment process during rec week.
All right.
Siguro to add, sir.
Go. Sige.
So siguro to add na lang, we do agree na that's something of a concern for us. Na parang a 1 week rec week period as we have for the past few years might not be the ideal one to be able to recruit students properly. So as Aki said, this is something that will also be consulting with you guys. We'll also be consulting also with the OSA and the orgs for this. And we also want to be able to ensure na when we recruit students, we do it fairly as well, and we avoid yung mga illegal recruitment and all that. So again, we'll be consulting with you guys regarding this. Pero for sure, this is something that we're considering kasi mahirap nga talaga kapag 1 week lang natin ipa-register yung mga students, for organizations.
Yeah, I agree na baka may limitation nga, malaki din naman talaga limitation kung online lang din talaga lahat. So ayan, as you heard, COA will take that thought and that suggestion into consideration. All right. Next question. Julia is asking, since all org events and promotions will be online, will a calendar be made available in the OSA portal to avoid congestion of said events? Yes, we will be putting up a calendar for org activities on our online portal and also on our Facebook page as well. So para makita ninyo yung lineup of activities for a week or for a month. So right now, the link, according to Sir Ino, it's at bit.ly/Ateneo org events. So that's bit.ly/Ateneo org events. All small case letters. So doon makikita ninyo yung lineup of events, of online events, or at least for while we're online. Next question is from Harvey. What steps will OSA do to provide similar benefits to Lions organizations given the challenging times? All right, perhaps we can call in Sir Rem Casino to answer this question.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it really depends on the benefits that you're asking for or that you need. Can I assume if, for example, if the question is regarding particular, because I know it's not about venues since we're off campus. So I assume this is probably financial in nature, this particular question. I'm not sure about the part wherein do you have a sectoral representative in Sanggunian? And there have been times, I think, from the past that they've requested budgets, and it goes through the natural Sanggunian budget process. So if that's the I think I'm assuming that's the benefit that you're asking for. So it's baka ang tinatanong nyo, pwede ba rin kami magkaroon ng Zoom account? Parang yun, pag-uusapan natin, tapos tingnan natin saan kukunin yung resources. As it is for Lions orgs, your option is to talk to your Lions coordinator.
All right. Thank you, Sir Rem. Yun nga, dahil nga alam naman natin that Lions is now a sector, and they have a representative to the Sanggunian Central Assembly. Perhaps baka meron din masabi dito si JB, our Sanggunian President. JB, about Lions and Lions as a sector to the Central Assembly.
Yes, sir. Hello po sa lahat ng nanonood today. So regarding the question as to how we could better assist the Lions organizations as we transition in this online and interim period going into first semester, Sanggunian will continue to be there to assist Lions as a sector. So that includes all Lions organizations. As a matter of fact, we've already helped Lions organizations with the budget pertaining to some events being canceled nung second semester. So as of earlier, the budget process for second sem last school year has taken place. So what we now look forward to doing is starting consultations as to how we can help the Lions orgs moving into this online period in intersession and first semester. So if there are any immediate concerns, please feel free to reach out to Tina, who's currently our Lions coordinator, and definitely will take any input to improve consultations and collaborations moving forward this intersession and first semester, especially during a pandemic, an online transition, and a volatile socio-political situation.
All right, thank you, JB. Also, a reminder that you may also approach your coordinating head, Miss Tina Batalla, for other questions. Pero yun nga, as for OSA's assistance and Sangguni's assistance, yun yung mga narinig niyo, that those are what we can extend to you. Siguro we have approached, actually we've gone past the 1 hour mark. Maybe we can have one last question to answer. Okay, last question is, are there new guidelines regarding PPFs for online initiatives? What online initiatives would require a PPF? Siguro wala namang magbabago. Ganun pa rin naman, every project or initiative that organizations need to do, they need to, or you need to seek approval from the Office of Student Activities. Yun nga lang, ang magbabago lang, online na ninyo isasubmit. So ganun pa rin naman, walang changes. So if it's an official org activity that we're planning to do, it needs the approval of OSA through your respective OSA formators. All right. Okay, sige. If there are no more questions, siguro just to end this afternoon on a high note. Baka we can hear a few words from from Sir Rem Casino, just to wrap everything up and to set us on our way to this online journey that we are in. Sir Rem.
Okay, guys. Hi. Actually, based on the questions that were raised, yung mga concerns nyo, parang it seems, feeling ko, parang nakaka-move on na kayo in terms of parang what are the next steps, what are we going to do as an organization, ganyan. Pero when the pre-survey was released, we saw there some concerns about, kumbaga parang kinakabahan yung iba about parang paano na ang student activities, paano na ang org life, parang paano namin to gagawin, paano, as it is, hirap kami mag-engage noong on campus na tayo, parang paano pa kaya ngayong online, kumbaga. So, kung nakaka-move on na kayo, parang nakaka-function na kayo, parang that's well and good. That's something that we want celebrated. Pero I bet parang marami sa inyo anxious pa rin, parang kinakabahan pa rin, parang weird. Kumbaga, parang ako bilang formator na assigned sa ORSEM, ano pa kami, parang hindi pa din namin alam talaga paano siya specifically gagawin. Pero go lang kami. So, siguro some parang some insights lang, kumbaga to close this session, siguro in terms of mindsets din, kumbaga parang ang naiaalala kong parang experience ko with what happened with this pandemic is I don't know if you've experienced this, pero ako nung bata ako, parang may punto nasa supermarket ako. Bata pa ako tapos mawawala ako parang maliligaw ako, tapos maiiwan ako ng mom ko, ganyan. Tapos biglang hindi ko na alam kung nasan ako. Parang yung pandemic, ganun yung parang naging feeling for me. It's totally unfamiliar. Para akong nawala, kumbaga. And ngayon, parang how will I get back, kumbaga. In your case, baka parang yun yung sentiment na gano'n na may paano kaya namin gagawin to? Kumbaga na active pa rin yung org, vibrant pa rin, mapo-form pa rin namin yung members namin. I think it's important to go back to your story. Kumbaga parang all of you, parang are heads na of the organizations. You have your various EBs, officers, VPs. May kwento kayo kung paano kayo nasa mga posisyon niyo ngayon sa org. Baka before you actually go and calendar, map out everything that you need to do, kumbaga, baka balik kayo ulit sa paano nga ba talaga nangyari yung journey nyo dyan sa posisyon nyo, kumbaga. So yun, crucial na mabalikan nyo yun. Kumbaga, tas paano nyo ngayon yun gagawin sa konteksto ng online. So, I know, kahit kami parang nangangapa pa rin kami trying to find out how we're actually gonna do this. So, it's important that you have certain openness to learning or light-footedness. Yung simpleng pag naiisip nyo, itatranspose nyo lang lahat ng ginagawa natin dati on campus to online. I don't think that's just the way to go. Parang sa mga seminars na na-attendan namin, ang sinasabi parang radical reduction. Kung yung mga syllabus parang kailangan i-reduce. Baka yun, parang tingnan nyo din yung mga efforts nyo, balikan nyo. Tapos sa context ng intersession and sa first sem na online with your ACADS, it's important that you try to foresee how you're gonna balance things. Mahirap yung pagbabalance iba ng ACADS on campus tayo, tapos student activities or org life. Parang we're anticipating na may challenge pa yon sigurado pagka nag-start na yung klase. Madali to ngayon magplano, magplano ngayon kasi wala pa tayong ACADS So, pero try to figure it out na parang paano pala namin to gagawin if nag-attend ako ng 9 units tapos may org life pa, kumbaga. So, that would mean, parang kayo mismo, kailangan yung, I bet to connect with, kumbaga, yung challenges nun and anticipate na yun din yung pagdadaanan at ng mga project leads nyo, VPs nyo, members nyo, kumbaga. So, kailangan kasi maisip nyo na orgs have to be parang fun. Kumbaga, siya yung parang magiging, kung mahirap yung ACADS on an online world sa first sem, kailangan ma-anticipate nyo na sana yung orgs yung makakapag-de-stress, magiging source of joy and fun and meaning and learning for your members and everyone else parang in the organization. So crucial na parang ma-anticipate niyo na it's not as simple as just transposing everything to online, kumbaga. So kasi ako personal, parang what I'm sensing is parang ganun lang, kumbaga. Pero I don't think it's that easy. So parang the next, tingin ko 2 weeks to 4 weeks parang should parang kailangan nag-uusap, nagbe-brainstorm yung mga ED on ano nga ba lang yung pinakamahalaga nating pwedeng gawin, at least for intercession, for first sem, kumbaga, even for second sem, na ma-appreciate talaga ng mga members natin. Kasi that's how you will just engage them, kumbaga, na parang high impact activities na konti, kumbaga. So yun, ano pa ba? Take also this chance to parang paalala na to really be gentle with yourselves, kumbaga. Guys, nasa pandemic tayo. Kumbaga parang the virus is still there. And so crucial na iniisip nyo yung bawat isa during this time. Parang kumustahin. I know there are challenges to be productive. Be always present with each other for support. Be very open to mistakes and failures or missteps. Kahit kami nangangapa during this time. So parang kailangan maging very patient and understanding tayo sa isa't isa. At sana, ganun din kayo sa mga officers at members nyo. Right now is not the time I know conflicts are normal, kumbaga, pero in the situation that we have right now, sobrang mas malaking chance na magkaroon ng conflicts. So, kasi nagko-communicate lang tayo ganito. Minsan mahirap to kailangan may openness tayo na magpatawad, kumbaga hingin yung proper understanding, correct each other kindly, kumbaga kasi parang this student activities life that we're facing, it's really uncharted territory. So kailangan ready tayo na natahakin to, na ang mahalaga parang pagdating ng second sem or the time na parang kung kailan man pwede na tayong bumalik sa campus, magkakasama pa rin tayo na we're still together. Because sometimes, di ba, parang although in a journey, the destination is important, pero the people you're with, pagdating nyo kung saan man kayo abutin, I think they also matter too. Sometimes they matter more. So yun. So please keep those in mind and parang good luck.
Thank you, Sir Rem. Radical reduction with a certain light-footedness and patience nga naman. Siguro, overall, no, kailangan talaga natin ng mas mahabang pasensya. Mas mahabang pasensya para sa kapwa members, kapwa org members natin, and at as well, no, mas mahabang pasensya para sa mga sarili natin, because sabi nga ni Sir Rem, we are all adjusting and trying to adjust into this new world that we are, well, not so new, pero new world that we are forced to live in right now. And dito talaga ma-challenge yung creativity natin. It's slowly becoming a very hard imperative to be creative in this online world. Maraming salamat, Sir Rem. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga pasensya na po sa mga hindi nasagot naming mga tanong ninyo. We would like to thank our guests from COA, Ms. Aki, Aquino, si Enzo. Andiyan ko ba si Enzo? Wala na ba si Enzo? Okay. Ayan, thank you rin kay Enzo. And from Sanggu, JB, thank you. Ayan. Siguro ano lang, kung meron pa kayong concerns or questions, maaari ninyong bisitahin na lang ang Facebook pages ng COA Manila at ng Sanggunian. And of course, para sa mga hindi pa namin nasagot ng mga tanong ninyo, especially if you have questions about finances or the finance process, don't worry, because we will also be coming out with Meet the Fam finance version, or the finance edition. Of course, that would be featuring our Officer for Budget and Finance, Ms. Julie Manalang, very soon. So abangan nyo lang, please. Always keep yourselves posted by regularly checking the OSA Facebook page. And maybe I'd like to call on the rest of the OSA team. Sir Justin Biray is here. Para sa mga orgs ni Sir Justin.
Hello, hello.
Okay, so again, and si Sir Mark and Jen Lin, nakababa ang buhok. Again, no, nandito lang kami. You can reach us via our email addresses. And kung paminsan-minsan, no, kung gusto niyo kaming i-PM lang sa Messenger, pwede rin naman. Depende lang kung anong oras. Hindi, pero andito lang kami. We're always here. OSA will always be with you, with the student orgs, with the student leaders, to work with you in these trying times. Nandito lang kami, and then the university is always here to hear you out, to hear your comments, to hear your suggestions. At mag-ingat po tayong lahat. Stay safe lagi. Stay home. Only go out for essentials. Hindi po essential ang milk tea. Hindi ko alam kay Miss Mitch. Yun lang. Thank you for joining us for Meet the Fam. Update lang, June 19, no, ang ating Meet the Fam Finance Edition. Tama po ba, Ma'am Julie? Yeah. Okay. For Meet the Fam Finance Edition, that will be on June 19. So maraming salamat, student leaders. School year 2020-2021. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.